Okay, so I've decided on a 4 foot by 8 foot floor plan for this shelter. I started by digging two small holes, and they're 4 foot apart, and I'm going to take these little heavier logs. They look to be about 4 to 5 inches around. I'm going to cut them down, and I'm going to use those for the post to nail these boards to. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and tack them all together and then trim them off to square it up, and then we'll start laying these over the top to make the floor. Now I loosely packed 2 of the poles in 2 of the holes, dug 2 more holes at approximately 8 feet. So it's not going to be exactly a 4 foot by 8 foot. We're going to play with it a little bit. It's going to be over a little, but that's fine. Okay, so we put the 4 posts in the ground as such. We bolted some cross members on there, leveled them. Now, level is kind of not exactly necessary when it comes to goats because I don't think they really care, but we did it nonetheless. So now we've started running boards across now for the flooring. Once we get this complete, then we'll start on the walls. And the walls we're going to do is we're just going to take and do thinner boards and then weave them together with some wire so they become more like paneling. Okay, so I have put the poles across there, and I put cut trees so we have poles that reach all the way across this. And what I've done is I've taken wire 3 times around. That way I have excess wire. And then next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap each of these with the wire, twisting it, wrapping in the next one, twisting, wrapping, all the way down this. And we're going to do both sides so this becomes more uniform and becomes like one piece. Okay, so I wove the wire through the wood here for this floor, but I don't really like how it turned out, so I'm not going to repeat this on the other side. Instead, what I'm going to do is just start twisting 2 together for the length of it. I figure maybe that may bind it a little better. Okay, so not a whole lot better. It is a little tighter, but at least it's together. Now you may be asking why we're doing it this way, but the reason why we're trying to do this, we're trying to reuse as much reusable resource we have on hand. So these trees are something we have plenty of around here. So we're just running a little experiment while we're doing this to see if we can't accomplish some of our things with what we got here and saving as much money as possible. I mean, so far we're looking at about $10 worth of material. So I also nailed in 2 posts, one here and then one back there, to give more support in the middle. It's pretty strong. I mean, I'm able to stand up on here. Now, I'm not exactly a light person, so I figure it should accommodate the weight of 3 or 4 goats with no problem. So anyways, this wraps up part 2, and then we'll get on to doing the walls next.